Today, we're diving into a cyber threat that's, well, it's incredibly sneaky. It actually turns the people you trust most, your friends, into digital enemies. Let's get right into it.
It's a really chilling thought, isn't it? Imagine this. You get a message on WhatsApp. It's from a friend, maybe a family member, someone you trust completely. You see a file, you open it. You don't even think twice. But that one single click, that simple act of trust, that's exactly what these attackers are counting on.
And look, this isn't just some made-up scenario. This is the real strategy behind a new campaign they're calling Boto Cor-de-Rosa. It's a seriously sophisticated attack that gets right into the fabric of our social networks, and it turns our friends into, well, into unwitting accomplices.
So how does it begin? Super innocently. A zip file just pops up in your WhatsApp chat, and it looks like it's from someone you know. There are no weird links, no big red flags waving at you. It's just a file from a contact. And that disguise, that's what makes it so incredibly dangerous.
Okay, so how does a simple little file turn into a full-blown system compromise? Well, the whole process is this devastatingly fast chain reaction. It's built to take over your system and then, get this, use you to spread itself even further.
All right, let's walk through this. Step 1, you get that zip file. Step 2, you open it. Inside, you see what looks totally harmless, but it's actually a Visual Basic script hiding in plain sight. Step 3 is executing that script, and that's the big mistake. That one action triggers the download of all the malicious parts, and bam. Just like that, Step 4, your system is infected.
And this is where it gets its name, the worm part. The Acronis Threat Research Unit found that as soon as your device is compromised, the malware doesn't just hang out. Nope, it immediately hijacks your WhatsApp and starts blasting itself out to every single person in your contact list. You've basically just become patient zero for your entire friend group.
So here's what's fascinating, right? This malware is a multitasker. It's doing two very different jobs at the exact same time. It's not just about spreading far and wide, it's got a much more sinister financial goal. You can almost think of it as having a split personality. One part is a social butterfly, and the other is a silent thief.
So let's look at this tale of two modules. You've got the worm on one side. This part's built in Python, and it's basically a social machine. Its one and only job is to take over your WhatsApp and spread. But then you've got the thief. This is a Trojan, Astaroth, and it just runs silently in the background. It waits, it watches what you're doing online, and the second you go to your banking website, it pounces, snatching up your login details.
And I want to be really clear about this. We are not talking about some amateur hacker in a basement here. The way this malware is built, it screams sophistication. It's the signature of a well-organized and very serious criminal operation. I mean, just look at the complexity. They're using multiple programming languages, Python, Delphi, Visual Basic Script, all working together. The whole thing is modular, which means they can swap parts in and out to adapt. But here's the real kicker, the part that shows you how professional this is. It has built-in tracking. The malware literally reports home, sending its creators real-time data on its own success rate. How many messages were delivered, how many failed, even its sending speed. They're treating this like a marketing campaign, complete with KPIs. So, that thief module we talked about, the core of it, a malware called Astaroth, or sometimes Gildma, it's not new. Not at all. This thing is a known banking Trojan, and it's been active since 2015, at least. Its main goal has always been the same, stealing financial data, primarily from people in Latin America. So you're probably asking, okay, but why WhatsApp? And why Brazil, specifically? It's a great question, and the answer really boils down to the app's massive popularity there. It's created what you could call a perfect storm for these kinds of attacks. Just look at this number, 95%. In a recent campaign that researchers analyzed, a staggering 95% of all the devices that got hit were located in Brazil. That is not a coincidence. The attackers know their target. They know WhatsApp is the way people communicate there, which makes it an unbelievably fertile ground for any attack that preys on social trust. And you can really see how this threat has evolved over time. Astaroth pops up on a scene back in 2015. For years, the main attack vector was old-school phishing emails. Then, they made a huge pivot. They started using WhatsApp. And now, with this campaign, they've taken the next step. They've weaponized the app itself, turning their malware into a worm that spreads on its own. They are constantly learning, constantly adapting, and getting way more effective. So, what's the big takeaway here? It's that this whole Boto Cor-de-Rosa thing, it's not just a one-off attack. It feels more like a blueprint, a model for a new kind of cybercrime. And the really chilling part is this. It proves that the biggest vulnerability we have isn't in our software. It's us. It's our social trust. And these criminals are getting really, really good at exploiting that on a massive scale. And that really brings us full circle, right back to that unsettling question we started with. An attack like this forces you to question your most basic digital instinct, which is trusting your friends. So the real problem here isn't just about malware, is it? It's about us. It's about trust. The next time a threat like this comes along, disguised as a message from someone you love, are you going to be able to spot the difference?